Hello and welcome to another episode of eScooter Talks. Today's episode is quite special to me because I never thought that this episode will ever happen. When I started this YouTube channel with me criticizing some brands and the way they're treating their customers, I thought I'll never ever receive any sponsored product for review. But my friend told me a while ago about Pidzoom. I went to their website, checked them out, and found a couple of really interesting products on their website. I got in touch with them and they were more than happy actually to send me products for review. So today I have here Pidzoom Charger Enhancer, and I also received a tire pressure monitoring system, but I'm going to make a separate video about that. Now, when I got this, I was super impressed because I thought that this is going to be much bigger. It's actually really nice and small. Packaging is actually really nice. It's not overdone because the more money you put into your packaging, your end product is going to be more expensive, but it doesn't look like something you got off Wish or Temu or whatever. Looking at it, okay, I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see, but yeah, I think you can, look at all those screws look really nice. Okay, you have your marks, input and output, but it just looks like well done product, and it gives me a confidence that this actually might be really good and that they were actually happy to send it out to me, because if they're bad, I'm gonna say it. Now I'm going to show you how to use it and point out everything you can and you can't do with this device. So in input, we are putting our disconnector that's actually same as our charging port. And we're going to connect our charger. As soon as we connect our charger, display is going to come on and it's going to show us our input and output voltage. Now I'm going to press this button so that voltage goes back to 0. That means that the output is switched off. Now I can use this connector, that's same as our charging port, okay, connect it here, plug it into my charging port, okay, and then plug it in here. And now I can press this button again, power on output, and I have a red icon on the top showing me that the scooter is charging. I have input and output on the charger and on charger enhancer. Here are our settings, so voltage and amps, and here we have a charging time, watts used, and watt hours, and that's the reason why I actually wanted this. Now if I press and hold settings, okay, first it's gonna start flashing voltage. I'm gonna leave voltage now at the moment at the maximum, but if you want to charge your scooter to, like, say 90%, you can change that. Then okay, I was just a bit too slow. Then if I press this again, it's gonna flash amps, and then if I press it third time, it's gonna go to watt hours. I don't want to touch that because I actually want to find out real watt hours of this battery. But here amps, I would recommend you always to set it up just a little bit higher than what it says on your charger, because this is actually gonna prevent your charger, for example, if you have some maybe dodgy charger that you don't know, how quality it is, to prevent that charger sending too many amps into your battery. The voltage is going to, as I said, limit the voltage charge of your battery, because what's recommended is usually on a daily basis to charge your scooter between 10 and 90%. So keep it, charge it up to 90% and not discharge it lower than 10%. Once every now and then, once a month or once every couple of months, depending on how much you're using a scooter, it's recommended maybe to charge it fully to 100% and discharge it completely to 0. And if you are not going to be using scooter for a while and you're putting it in a storage or whatever, then charge it to 80% and check it every now and then. Now, watt hours, I'm going to put a picture here. This charger enhancer is actually showing you usable watt hours of your battery. I'll show you a couple of other great ways how you can actually use this. So we're going to switch off now charging, disconnect it here from the scooter. I'm going to actually move away this cable because I won't need it anymore. But another brilliant use of this is, for example, you have a scooter and let's say that this scooter charges only half of the battery. It doesn't want to charge completely full. So lots of people would assume that it's a battery, but it can actually also be just a charger. So you take a charger, plug it in. If this display doesn't turn on, that means your charger is completely faulty. If this display turns on, okay, and this charger is supposed to be 42 volts, and if it's showing 42 volts here, then that charger is okay, or in this case 41.6 or 41.7. But if this charger would be showing, let's say, 38 volts, then that means that's the reason why your battery doesn't get completely charged, because the maximum that this charger is sending is 38 volts. But okay, let's say, for example, you have a scooter that's charging, but it's not turning on. Now, again, you don't know, is it the battery, is it the controller, is it dashboard or data communication cable, what's wrong? Well, then, like, I would never advise you to work on a scooter or play with the battery if you don't know what you're doing. But in this case scenario, so for example here, I got XT60 to XT30 adapter, plug it in and plug it into input. And again, if the battery is working, this is going to turn on and show you voltage of the battery. So in that case scenario, if that voltage is higher than cutoff point on your controller scooter, then your battery is fine and probably you have a problem with the controller or something else. But if display doesn't turn on at all, that means that the battery is completely dead, or if it's showing lower voltage than it's supposed to be, well then again, unfortunately, your battery is a problem. So my personal opinion, this is honestly worth every penny. Another thing as well, for example, you have a couple of scooters, different brands that are all 36 volts and they all have 42 volt chargers, and you lost charger for one of the scooters. Well, then you can use, as I said, let's say Xiaomi charger to charge Kugo scooter, because you're going to put adapter for Xiaomi here and adapter for a Kugo on the other side. And I have to admit, I'm actually quite shocked that none of the premium brand scooters that cost thousands of euros never included display with this data in their stock chargers. But they didn't do it, but there's Pidzoom who did it. So yeah, my final verdict, I think this is honestly worth every penny. It's going to help you out monitor your battery, and if your battery, like, you're going to be able, by keeping an eye on the watt hours, you're going to be able to see how your battery is degrading and spot when you might maybe need a new battery at some stage soon. If you're buying electric scooter secondhand and seller agrees that you actually charge a battery through this and test it that way, you could see what's the state of the battery. I think I managed to point out everything that you can do about it. If I did forget something, I'll be using this because I want to try and charge this battery. Well, I will charge this battery that's like 3 years old. We're going to charge a battery on Navi V40 Pro that has same size battery as this brand new one. And I also want to charge my 6-year-old Xiaomi that I got reunited, because I'm really curious what's the state of that battery. And on top of Nami and everything else. So if I will be playing with this, you'll be seeing this in lots of my videos. And as I said, if I spot something else, I'll update you on this. And if I forgot to mention something, I'll mention that as well. Oh, just before I go, I almost forgot to say, like, what I would like to see in Charger Enhancer 2.0 is maybe, let's say, option to use it as a step-down converter, so that I can maybe plug in my Nami charger that's 84 volts, 5 amps, and then set up output so that I can use one charger for everything else. Unfortunately, it can do that, but probably in that case it will be much bigger. So I understand why maybe that's not included in this version, but Pidzoom actually has smart charger that I actually also want to get my hands on and try it out. So I'll do my best to bring that in the near future. So yeah, I think that's gonna be all for this episode. I think we can wrap it out here. In the video description, there's gonna be, of course, affiliate link to get this or any of the Pidzoom products. And if you buy anything through that link, you're gonna be supporting my work and this YouTube channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned something and I earned your subscription. Till next time, guys, please stay safe out there and respect other road users. Bye bye.